couldn't figure it out.
So
I thought we were live. Said all
no,
the stuff.
Tracy's simply responding to me having typed in "Hi, Tracy."
Oh my goodness, that was funny. We just spent 2 minutes thinking, why isn't it working? And I said all the stuff. Push all the buttons. Welcome everyone. We're here to rebalance our nervous system, and I love it when we start off with a with a blunder. That's great. Okay, well, welcome again. Thank you for being here. If you're watching on replay, don't forget to push all the buttons. And if you are here live with me, welcome to the party where we are going to have some bonding with friends. You guys are going to actually help me with an assemblage this time. I've never done one live like this. You guys have seen my work in the end when I have shared in collaborations, but you didn't see my process. So this would be the first time I'm actually sharing the process of an assemblage, and it's probably going to take 2, just so you know. But we'll see how it goes. Unless I'm just super in the zone and I don't go through a really big ugly phase, then it'll be quicker, you know. But usually I have to go through the ugly phase where I'm digging and nothing seems to work and it doesn't feel right, or I'm not finding the right piece yet. So that's why I don't usually film it. But I think I might have what I need next to me. So we will see. And I'm pretty organized and can go right to other things that I could use. So does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So we have Kylie Koo here with us today. Say hello. Go ahead, Kylie. Sorry.
Hello, hello, hello. I also said hello a moment ago until we realized that, we weren't quite with it, but here we are now.
She was wondering why she couldn't see on YouTube. I was still waiting. And Tracy, we were talking to you. We were saying, Tracy, let us know if you can see the picture. But you know, we weren't live. So I've got my kava tea. I'm much more calm today. I hope that you all will join me and let's have fun. Are we ready to start? I've got my mood ring
I'm on
too.
something very exotic tonight. I'm on pink pomelo and pink pepper tonic water, and it's lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pink. I thought it was wine that you had there.
No, pink. No, pomelo and pink pepper tonic water, and it's lovely. Really nice.
I don't know what pomelo is.
It's a type of fruit. I think it's a cross between 2 fruits, but it's absolutely delicious.
It sounds like pineapple and melon. I don't know.
I think it's melon and pom. I don't know, but very nice.
Interesting.
Very nice. So I've got 6 small cans of it. So yeah.
Tracy,
anyway,
I love vitamin water.
Oh, that vitamin water. Well, you know, the tonic's not terribly different from it. So
yeah.
So you're going to tell us about your ring. I was looking at it a little while ago.
Yeah, I did. I forgot to wear it the last few times. It was downstairs. So I've got my mood ring on today. You guys can monitor how I'm feeling. I should have a mood ring on every finger. Lately, we need one. So am I doing okay? Okay, so let's do this. Let's have a few of these for our best and highest good. And these are not tarot cards. Don't be scared. They're oracle cards. They are just words of positive inspiration, and they get us started and they inspire our art and our creations. So I'm going to give these a shuffle. Should have been shuffling while we were yapping there. Why don't you go ahead, Kylie, and yap away?
Yap away. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say at this stage. Yeah, I'm kind of lost. Oh, one jumped out. I do like when one jumped
it did.
out. Kind of meant to be.
Come on. And if one doesn't jump out, we pick them. That one, maybe. Okay, and we need to pick one more. So I'm just going to pick one in the center here. That's the one. All right. So I left out the cards from last time. I always do. So we've got these. And this was number 1, I believe. And that is faith. And it's beautiful, isn't it? See the hummingbird? Hummingbirds. There's more than one. And I'll read that in a moment. And then we have trust. Oh my goodness. Don't those go together? And divine source. Beautiful selection here, you guys. Okay. So faith. Miraculously amazing. Everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I can imagine. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Hi, Sherry. I'm glad you made it in time for this, for the Oracle stuff. Glad to have you here. And then we have trust, faith and trust. Wow. Together, right? Trust. Allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Look how beautiful that card is. I mean, it could be a gel print back there with, some hands cut out of a magazine and some little butterflies.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Easily be done. It's very inspiring. I love that they put little white dots around the images often. You guys probably can't see that. Okay. Divine source. Oh, that's even though it is pink. I don't hate that pink. It's baby pink. I don't like.
Hands again.
What's that?
Hands again.
Yeah, hands again. And these, I mean, really, I don't think we've picked any of these before. Help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Oh. And that is really to yourself. That is how I feel about that. You are a divine source. And that means you, Sherry, and that means you, Tracy, and Kylie. We are all our own divine source, and we need to have faith and trust in ourselves, really. Right now, we need this, don't we? So let's see. Let's get one of these out, and we only read one of these, remember? These ones are they're the newer ones. They're the messages of life, and they're really interesting. They always have beautiful things on them. It's not the images, it's more about the words. So that's the one. All right. This is attaining peace. Oh my gosh. I always feel like we get such a selection and they all go together. Today, I turn within to find the source of my experiences. There, I find the peace that comes from seeking truth. I understand that the riches I discover within myself have a greater value than all the wealth of the outside world. Step by step, I continue my spiritual quest. Little by little, I free myself, rising ever higher and attaining true inner peace. That's deep. That's really deep. I will, of course, be taking a picture of these and sharing on my community page. So if you want to see them again and read them again, you'll get to. There's it's a beach and a cliff and, So let's put these back. And then one more for the picture, only for the picture. And we were doing the other deck, but we're going to go to this one today because we barely touched this one. And this one has gorgeous images and very few words, really. That one wants to come out. It wouldn't go in. Ooh, darkness. I don't know about this image, guys. What do you think? Lexi, hello. I didn't see you. Oh, oh, it is oh, thank you, Lexi. They're always so nice. This one, I mean, it could mean a lot of things. What do you think, Kylie? Long night moon, it says. Darkness.
Yeah, like
I
it.
think we're in that right now. We are right here right now. Oh, you're having very bad weather. Oh, you're in that oh
Oh, I saw
Mo,
that
hello
early.
Mo. Oh, I'm so glad you made it, Mo. You had you had a craft lunch. We do that. I think we do that often, don't we? I cleaned my desk up this week. I was so proud of myself. I even vacuumed. So Tracy, I'm sorry that you're in the middle of that. You live in an area where you're always getting storms, aren't you? That's so sad. I know you're always cleaning up branches and yeah, and I'm so sorry.
Did I read, is it in and around Missouri, that area?
Florida.
Oh, there's, I think there's something in
Yeah,
Missouri as well, yeah.
yeah. But
Mm.
yeah, you're on the edge of that, aren't you? You're used to it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put these over here. I'm going to leave these out. It's always easier if I take that picture ahead of time. And then I'm going to show you a little haul. Let's see.
Oh,
Now y'all know.
Tracy's in LA, so it's hitting a lot of different places by the sounds, or different storms hitting
Oh, she's
different
in
places.
Louisiana. I'm sorry. Yeah, Louisiana. It's not LA. LA is
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. L small
Louisiana.
a. Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm
yeah.
just getting these pictures before I put them away, which I should always do because then I get the pictures up right away, or I have them in my phone and I don't have to come back up and put the blue cloth out and do all the stuff, Okay, so we got those. Put them away in a bit. All right. So you guys want to see a little haul? My mom came to town and she hasn't been in months. There's just been, we've been sick and she had a fall and, she couldn't wait to come over and go to the thrift store. So I actually got a few things. This is old, this one, like 70s old. I got a few things that surprised me. I got some dominoes that I can actually use today. Because the dominoes I have are antique and they're like for playing, and I've never had a set of dominoes to like mess with. So we're going to use those today. I'll put that over to the side. I got some more board books because of this board book that I think it has all the paint now and is ready to complete. We did do a page in here. Let's see. I started another one. But I'm going to, where is the girl? Is that her right there? I'm going to start another one because it's a place to put all of my, if I paint left over on a palette or whatever. Hi, Belinda.
Hi, Belinda.
Oh,
snap.
welcome back. Good to see you. So I got a couple more, and I only do this if they're damaged, like a kid wrote in these. I'm not going to destroy a kid's book if grandma can buy it and give it to Timmy for Christmas, like I'm not going to do that. But these ones are all messed up. So, but then I found these, and she just gave me these things. These have a slide out. What am I going to do with that? That is so inspiring, and it's hard too. So I think these would be really fun to play with, and they may get holes punched in them. I got several of them, holes and figure out a way to create a book out of them. Don't you think that's fun, guys? So I'm going to set these off to the side over here. These are going to get paint. They'll just, get my extra palette paint. And then I found these for 99 cents a piece, and they are books ready to make. I mean, it's particle board, and there's 3 pieces in each one, and there's a shorter one that goes in the front. They might all be No, just the one is staggered. But they've already got the holes, and I found 2 of them. And then there was this. This was, I don't think they knew what to do with this. I know what to do with this. This was 99 cents. Oh, I got that too. These are also like hard. It's almost like, it's like wood in between there. This box right here. And these weren't together in the store. These were, this was just somewhere else. Look at this. And it's bookboard. Look at that. It's bookboard. It's ready to go. That's amazing. And I'm not done yet. There's a big one.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? And it's bookboard. This I might dissect this one and use it for covers. This one, I mean, it's hard. All of these are really. So the all exciting stuff. I'm thrilled. This box is even really hard. I'm going to set this off to the side. And I got
another Lexi said you scored there.
I did. I got another clipboard. I got a long one because I didn't have a long one. And I think I'm going to decorate this one another day with you guys. So that was my thought. And you could pretty much, I spent like $12 total. And I got 3 tops and 2 pairs of jeans and all of that. Crazy, right? Okay, so what we are going to do today, you're going to help me pick the girl. I have some frames here to show you can do this on anything. And you can even have, this is from the Dollar Tree. It's like a cardboard frame. This would be great. Or you can make one out of cardboard. That's fine too. I've got a nice little shadow box there. Empty frame. But I've got this. This had some artwork in it that I've had since my kids were little. And I decided I didn't want it anymore. And I took it apart to get the stuff out of it. You had to take the box off. So I'll have to get my hot glue back out and so I can quickly get that put back together. But I'm thinking we're going to do this one today because it's got that little, So it's going to be like a shrine, like a shrine, you know, like I make shrines. You guys know me. You know this. So, all right. But, you know, remember I did this one with cardboard. You don't need anything fancy to do this. Everybody can do this. You can gather little bits of whatever, this and that. Can be dominoes, which I think we're going to use today. I did do these. You guys are going to love these. I had this mold that I hadn't used yet, and I put pigment powder in it. And I didn't do all the molds with pigment powder. There's some wings. There's an octopus, but I've got these birds. Look how beautiful they are. So I know I want to use a bird. So a bird is a must.
So Sharon, what are your birds made of?
That is the Flex Form clay that she sent me. Now you can use hot glue. You can use it's here. Let me show you the mold. This mold is just from Temu. It's not an expensive mold. Let me get this out of here. I was worried that I needed to use resin with this because they're big and there's a lot of detail, but they came out beautifully. They really did. And I didn't fill these 2. That's why they're still gold. But I think this mold was like $7 and it's heavy and it's huge. And this was really a score. And when I think I want to put birds on everything, these are the birds I think of. It's the sparrow in flight. So I'm loving this. And I want to have a bird coming off the frame, somehow kind of leaking out onto the frame and out of the image in the picture, but we'll see. I'm going to put this mold over here where it goes. Hold on. Then I have these boxes of nothings. I mean, it's just like broken jewelry and bits of this and that. We're going to start with our lead singer. You guys are going to help me with that. So we know what our substrate is. Important. We know I want to use a bird. And now you guys are going to help me with the girl. So with this right here, getting right into it, I guess. With this, we have, this needs to be put back together. I'm going to show you my favorite way to do something like a shadow box. and that is to create a panel that sets down in there. That way I can work on it without having to mess with this stuff that might be in my way. And that's how I do all of them. I create a piece that fits in perfectly. So that's about the only measuring you'll ever see me do right there. And I won't measure it. I'll just, trace it out. So I got this girl right here I really like, and she's out of one of my favorite books by, this is the opera one. She's not out of the opera one, but it's Bloom. The author is David Bloom, I think it is. And I have Daniel Bloom. I have two of his books. The opera book is wonderful, and the one with the talkies. So this is the one with the talkies, and the paper is a little bit different on this one because it's older. But I like her. She's a good size for that. I have others. I really like her, but I think she needs to go in an 8x10. She's fun. I'm not mad at her. What I'm going to do with this girl, I'm going to need to be able to cut out all the detail. So it needs to, that is kind of a prerequisite for this. It's going to have to be easily cut out because she's going on an artistic background. So she would work, but then I have, and I use these images all the time. I've got my goddess shrine, my Mother Nature shrine, with a similar image by the same artist, actually. So maybe that's out. I like her, but maybe she goes in an 8x10. She's standing on her head. You see that? And I think it would be really fun on an 8x10 to do one where she's standing on her head. So this in the end is wall art, what we're making. She's sitting down. Oh, queen body. Queen body I can put on anything. Do this. And she's a transparent. It's from my Fomemo sticker maker. And she's on the transparent paper or transparent sticker paper. So she could be on a book page and be the image we need, but she might not be big enough for that. She might be for the smaller frame. That I'm going to put to the side. And then I think she's for the 8x10 as well. So she's out. But isn't she gorgeous? I mean, I don't have to use the whole. Maybe she's in. I don't know. 8x10. So I'm going to put these away because I think these are out for those reasons. So now we're down to, you guys get to decide now. This is up to you. We're down to A, B, or C. So A, B, or C in the chat, because you guys are going to decide. And then I'll show you where I go from there. I'm going to plug in the hot glue gun for that real quick. Let me know what the result is there, Kylie. I'm going to plug this in.
Well, at the moment, we've got 2 Bs, 1 A, and 1 C. Oh, we've got another C, so we've got 2 Bs and 2 Cs.
Okay, so she's out. We're taking her away, right?
Can I say something about her? Can I say something about her?
Yes, please do.
It's funny. So, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll hear me talk about my birds and feeding them every morning. And the other morning, I'd taken all the coverings of my garden furniture, fed the birds. There was this blackbird sitting on the back of a chair. And I was saying, oh, come on, get some food. And then it pooped on the chair. And that was the look I had in my face when it took off.
I love that she's kind of rolling her eyes too. I love this.
Seriously, I've done all this for you and you poop on my garden chair.
I think we're still going to have to use her, but we'll put her in a different frame.
I
How
think
about
so.
that? I
Definitely.
think
Yeah, I
she's
love her.
really fun, and I agree. And the reason why I chose the images I did, I wanted a strong woman that didn't look like she was demure and weak, and I needed somebody
Yeah.
strong and somebody that looked, mid, not too old, not too young. Sort of, she looks pretty young, but like strong. And that's
Yeah.
usually the pictures that I go for. And you guys know that about me. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Mo makes a good point. Before you reject any, which direction will you want the bird flying? The ladies are looking right and left as well as above.
isn't that
And we've got,
funny? Oh
can I
my
just
goodness.
say,
Did I really do that?
yeah, can I say we've got 8 watching in, yeah, 8 watching. So if you're watching and you've not come into chat, please do come into chat and just let us know which one you want.
So I would have to decide which bird, and it could be, I really like this one. So, I like that one, but I also could use, let's see, there's a little one. Here's one going in this direction. So it can be either one, really. And this big one won't fit. It'll go on a different one. I mean, and this clay is soft when it's dry. So, it's why it's flex form.
So we've still got 2 Bs and 2 Cs. So Belinda, you voted for A, which I think we're now discounting. So
Yes.
if we
So, but we
discount
will do
that,
her another day.
this is what is it they call it in elections? Proportional
The primaries.
representation. So no, proportional representation. So that one's got knocked out. So you get to vote again in terms of B or C.
Yes, you do. Yes, yes, yes. That's how it works.
So B is for the long, tall one. C is for the one to the right of her. So
Yes.
we're relying on you, Belinda, to vote.
Yes. And anybody that's in the background that hasn't popped in to
Yeah,
say hello.
anybody
So
there?
you vote, vote, vote.
Yeah,
And
because
then
we've
we'll
got
get to
9
that.
watching now, so we need.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people show up late or pop in late. So.
Oh, Belinda's gone for C.
All right. So we're
Mm.
going to use her. All right.
Yep.
That's good. I think she's a good size
Thank
for
you,
this. Actually,
Belinda.
they're both about the
Yep.
same size, but I won't be
Yep.
cutting off her body because she's got this long body. So let's put
Yeah.
her away.
She's
Now,
for another day.
yep. I got a stack of frames over here. So, so what we're doing is making wall art here. And anybody can do this, by the way. You don't have to have clay birds. You don't have to have anything fancy. So, okay. And I think this must go this way because it doesn't.
Hi, Diane.
In there. Diane, hello. I'm glad you could come. So I'm going to set this down in there. I've had this since my kids were little. It had like a topiary inside and some glass. I took the glass away and now I don't know what I did with the glass, but now we have a shadow box basically. Is this hot? Let's see. So this is Gorilla Glue Stick. The only kind that is, like gonna stay forever. It's not like your mom's hot glue that doesn't hold or pops off in years to come. This will not come apart.
Hi, Anne.
So, hi, Anne. Oh, hello, Anne. I am glad you made it. So good to have you.
So Anne's asking what type of clay was used to be so flexible.
That is, let me get out the packaging, and I'm going to tell you that this gal, that she and her husband have this small company, and she sent me this clay to use, and I absolutely love it because it does move. It is flexible. Let me grab the packaging. And she sent me some other goodies with it. She also has, and she makes like she has a bunch of molds like this one. She sent me that. She sent me some other giant pieces, and they're molds that I don't have. So you can buy these in her shop as well. Big frame. Maybe we'll use that frame today. So let's see here. Let me get this out. My desk. I cleaned it before we started, but it's only so big. Okay, this is her. And you get the cards with it to press down. And if you go to formflex.com, you will find, and it is a joy to work with. It feels like soft porcelain. I mean, it's softer than cookie dough. It is so beautiful, and it's just the nicest clay I've ever. That's a piece of the clay I put back in there, but it is the nicest clay to work with. It really is. There are some tips, and they have a Facebook group. And she does have tips about, like, if you create, if I fill a mold, I would fill like with one piece and push, don't add little bits of clay to this and that, or it's not going to stick very well. So you go from one piece, you keep pushing, but this stuff is so delicious. It's so soft. You don't need to warm it up or anything. It's nice. So, and that is, if you write it down, it's formflex.com. Formflex compound. And you might add the word compound. I think both work. It'll show up on your Google search too. But it's just her and her husband, small company. And it's actually stayed soft for, I've had it for a year. And it's not dried out on me. What you do with the molds, you put the clay in, and then you take it to your freezer and you leave it in there for about 5 minutes, and then they pop right out. Or you can let them dry. But the freezer is the best way to do it. Just taking it over there or taking it downstairs. I put it on a tray, put the tray right in the freezer, and then you can pop it out before it's dry. Does that make sense?
So Mo's putting a link to the company, so that's great.
Good.
Thanks, Mo.
Thank you, Mo. You're the best. Mo is she's like quick draw Mo over there. Mo McGraw. Quick draw Mo McGraw. That's right. Put this back. All right. Let's get busy. So we need to cut her out, and I'm going to show you when I do something like this. It is really hard to work with these walls. So I'm going to make myself something that fits in there perfectly. Okay. I need to unplug the hot glue gun because I probably won't use that again. We'll see. So we're going to cut her out, and I have to decide, is this paper so thin that I want to back it, or do I need to go and even make a copy of it? And I think the back, whatever I lose, I lose. So I'm going to roughly get a shape here. I got hot glue on a string on me. Roughly getting a shape. This will be a very abstract 3D kind of textural piece when we're done. And I'm going to use unexpected items like I do in my normal shrines and, things like this. I've just never made one on camera. That's why I say it might take two streams, because I usually have to fiddle with it, and there's usually a part where I'm stuck, and we're probably going to get to the ugly phase today. So there's planning phase, there's ugly phase, and then there is the giggles, the maniacal giggles. When I get over the ugly phase and get over the hump, and it starts coming together, and I start seeing it. Every bit of art goes through an ugly phase. Don't ever forget that, so you don't judge yourself. If it's in the ugly phase, it's just not done. That's all. Isn't that right, Kylie?
It sure is. Sure is.
Okay, so next to me, I have like a long trophy thing on the floor here, under my desk, and it's full of like packaging and cardboard and things like that I can use for this sort of project. And I'm looking for one that's about the right size, flat enough. Let's use this. This is from a notebook. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create a panel that just fits in there. I'm not worried about the sides because I'm going to address the inside of this, the walls. I have a plan for that. But for now, I just need to put this on here. And I'm probably going to be cutting it slightly smaller, for the wood. Roughly trace that out. And remember that you're probably going to put things, you might put some trim on it. So it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. That's not important. Also could get wrapped with something that goes around the edges. So I'm just kind of cutting out my panel here. And this is how I do everything that is deep like this. All the things you've seen in collaborations, this is how I start. So sometimes I even decide to curve my background and make it like, and I did that with one of them. So I need to make that a little smaller. That's the edge I cut.
Isn't that funny? Because when I was watching you there, I thought that's going to be a little bit small, but it wasn't.
Well, when you trace the outside, you've still got the thickness of the wood. So
yeah, it still looked like it was maybe going to be a little bit small, but yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get that just right. So that's just right now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's get rid of some of this. I'm just kind of lining the scissor up with what I see on the edge, like as I go. But I am not a good one to cut a straight line. And I think that was the original line right there that I cut. So let's do that again. It's still crooked. Really crooked, isn't it? Oh, that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a hair. It's not even straight. I mean, seriously. I should have gone over to my big cutter for this. I do have a small one, though. So is that it? That's what we need right there. Okay. So I'm going to probably trim just a little bit more off this side, the edge that I cut, in case I want to wrap anything around it. So it's a little shy of perfect. Of course, there is no perfect. There we go. Like that. There. Okay. So that's what I'm working on. And this, I'm probably going to, let me show you here, cover with book page first, like little bits of book page. And then see I've done this on a lot of things actually. And then I use a alcohol ink on a sponge and dab it around where I want it. And then I go over it with the Old English. So
hi, Julie.
Oh, hey, Julie. Is it already an hour in? Oh, it's 40 minutes in.
40 minutes.
And then the inside of this has crackle paste too. So I'm probably going to treat the inside of this like that. And I can do that off camera or I can do that on camera. I mean, it's a thing. It's a fussy thing to sit and glue the paper, but I only need to do the insides. It's up to you guys if I do that on camera. Do you want to see that on camera?
I think you should.
You think so?
Even if it means two parts, but that's just my opinion. Yeah.
All right. Well, we know we've got this, so let's start with this. Okay. I'm going to clip this together and put it over here out of my way. And that's going to get all kinds of weird bits. And I'm almost thinking I'm going to use one of these on there, covered with like glossy accents so it looks real. Okay.
Yeah, Mosh says she enjoys watching everything. So yeah, we want to see it all step by step.
So picking out your lead singer is the very first thing you should do anyway, so you know how to treat all your surfaces and how you want to do it. I wrote on that side. I'm putting this ugly one back because we're going to get a little messy. Hot glue gun away. Kind of. All right, just making room. So this was already like this, and I do like it. It's really dusty. It needs cleaned. I mean, it's 25 years old or 30 years old. You know, I had it when my kids were small. I'm going to get this out. I've got my glue brush. I've got water here and a stack of book pages. And maybe I want to do different kinds, different sizes. Some of it's going to show, some of it's not. It doesn't matter, really. Maybe some German book pages or some French book pages, which I never use. I forget about them up there. Let's do that. Or do we do a typing book from the 70s? Let's see. I've got, is this the one? German? Got German. I like that. What do you think? German? Okay. We'll do a couple of those. Come on, don't do it. This is such an old book. And these are sewn in. Okay, I'm getting my blade out. There it is. I'm not trying to cut them all. They're so delicate that it just wants to tear them. It's like trying to use tissue paper and a blade almost. Okay, that should help.
So Julie says she'll never have one of those. She called it spam tins because, and I said why, and she said her mum made them eat it when they were growing up, and she hated
a spam tin.
Yeah.
Oh, the canned ham. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah. I have both, but I stopped eating pork, so I'm not going to get these anymore. I'm going to have to hoard those. I have a couple. I have an empty one behind me that hasn't been done yet. Looking for the French book, guys. Right?
So Mo has just shared a link to one of your videos, which she says uses a can to make the most awesome project. It's her very favorite piece.
Oh, the can that I squished?
Yeah.
That was a gift for my husband, and it hangs in my kitchen.
I know the one French. Yep.
We'll see if we get to this one. I'm going to set it here. And then I do have, let's see, different size text and, you know, some that I use to pick up some ghost prints and yeah. All right. So I think we'll use those last if we need them. And this will go on top mostly, but I could start tearing that now. So we want little pieces so that we can strategically place what we want, but no, you know, like that's how I started the other one. That's all. We want little strips and don't want them all the same. Okay. Yeah,
so Julie's saying she could probably make that shape, or we could probably make that shape container from cardboard. Absolutely. Just, you know, bend a few things like around and yeah, you don't need the actual tin. Just bend a few things into shape and it doesn't matter if it's perfect. We're not looking for perfect. We're looking for artistic.
So I actually have a piece up here that I never finished, and I started it in a live stream. Hold on. Let me see if I can grab it. It's behind the computer. I don't think I can reach it right now without, I have to swivel the computer, and my arms aren't long enough to get back in that corner. But it was where I had started, and I made a box, flap open. It's got a place in the bottom, but it's shaped like that. And I was invited to do a live stream. And I don't even remember who it was. It was somebody I didn't know. And I was surprised. And there I was. I just didn't know what I was going to do, and that's what I started to do. It was a collaboration. Julie, you might remember who that was. Okay, that's enough tearing, I think. I think we've got enough there. All right.
I have a confession to make. I have a confession to make. I put a cardboard box out into the recycling today. Shock horror.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, and you got it back out.
That could be tomorrow because the recycling doesn't go out until tomorrow night from Monday morning. So I may yet retrieve it.
You may still need it. Yeah,
yep.
It's possible. Okay, so this is going to be a couple layers. And I'm going to want something to set behind it so that I can kind of keep it up like that. And you guys can see what I'm doing too. This isn't going to hold. I need something heavier. Something that doesn't matter if I get paint on. How about my water thing? That's a good idea. Can you guys see that? All right. Maybe not hanging off the edge. Okay. All right. Got my glue. It's just school glue and water. And I'm just going to start adding it. And I'm going to be adding the crackles, so it does not need to be perfect in any way. The only thing I probably could have done differently at this point, I think, would be to have covered the box before I hot glued it in. But I'm probably going to put some sort of trim right here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right? That's going to drive me crazy. I can't do that. Is this okay, this angle, guys?
Yep, you're perfect.
Okay. All right. See, if I wasn't on camera, I'd probably put it between my knees to do this. Because I can get to it, you know. Let's see. And that other one was it's all every which way, and that's fine. That's what I'm going for here. I'm gonna fold this piece to go in the corner and push it in there with my brush. And remember, this isn't the back we're using, so it doesn't matter if I overlap onto the back. It's going to get covered either way. Because it's a long, skinny area, it's hard not to see it. I'm starting to overlap there. Just getting where I want it. And it does not have to fill up the whole space also, because I'm going to use a little texture paste. I'm going to use alcohol ink. I mean, a lot of it is going to get, I should put a pool of glue right there. I could put my glue right there, actually. I just don't want it to overlap too much. So.
Oh, hello, Dark Hearts Curio.
Well, hi there. Glad you made it. Okay. And then I want some of this big print here. I'm going a different direction. And same here. Different direction. So I'm just going to keep adding and adding and adding. And this actually creates an interesting, because your alcohol ink is transparent. So it, you know, some of this will show and it becomes more interesting. That's why I do it. Okay. Push it down with the brush. Little overlap here. Oh, that. And I can choose where I put the crackle paste or the texture paste, whatever I end up using. Just kind of going all over here. Lining up with that edge. Whoop. And then it moves on me. Could use tissue paper for this too and crinkle it up first. That would also make an interesting texture. You wouldn't need to have texture paste, or, you know, that would be another way to do it. What I'm doing is choosing the straightest edge that I have, and that's where I'm going with it. lining it up with the edges. I'm going to make a fold in this one. My camera turned again. It did that thing again, Kylie.
Yeah,
My
I
camera
know.
wants to be a little crooked. It just
My
wants to.
my head's at a 45-degree angle. I'm only
There
kidding.
you go.
It's not
There
really.
we go.
It's not really. It's
Sorry, guys. Oh. And you can go in with your alcohol ink right away with this. Or your, it'll need texture paste first, but I can do that right away. I don't have to wait a long time. I mean, it needs to be a little bit shorter right there. I'm going to use the straight edge that's natural on the book and line that up. You could use gel prints for this, and then I'm going to go back and overlap it here. Gel prints or, tissue paper, or whatever you got. I do like to crinkle up some pattern paper. That's always nice because I like the arrows and the dots and, the lines that are involved there. Do you guys have those over there, Kylie? What does your pattern paper
we
look
do,
like?
but I mean, I think that kind of thing is getting more difficult to
Do
actually
you need
get.
some?
Everybody, oh yeah,
Okay,
thank
well,
you.
next time
Please and thank you.
when this package goes out, I will
Yeah,
send you some because I've got lots of it.
yeah.
I've got
I
more than
mean,
I could use in a lifetime.
yeah. I mean, I discovered that my mum and my dad, when he was here, had thrown out a lot of that stuff, and I was like, "You did what?" You know,
Yeah.
they just
How
kind of threw,
could
and
you?
it's like, "Oh, I could have used that," and it's like, "But it was ancient." I was like, "Yes, I bet I could have used it."
Yeah, that wasn't the point, huh? It was ancient.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yeah.
Too long? No.
But
So
there again, I've got lots of other things like old tin cans. I
yeah,
don't mean the Spam cans or ham cans, just old,
like
yeah.
this one. This one I love, love, love.
Yeah,
And somebody
yeah,
had, it was candy. It was Whitman's candy, peppermints. And
yeah.
it's like one of my favorite things that I always have around my desk. And it never really has anything amazing in it. I just keep sponges in it. But whoever
Mm.
had it before was using it for paint water. So it's got
Ah,
different colors dripped around it. And I didn't do that,
yeah,
which
cool.
is perfect.
So Julie is getting bugged by a fly.
Uh-oh.
So I'm guessing, Julie, it might be an end of season fly because you'll be late summer going into autumn maybe. So, maybe it's just trying to, I don't know, have its
Hold
last
on for dear
fling.
life.
Yeah, have a
Yeah.
wee last fling.
So I'm going to use screen
So
print again.
Mo is asking, what was the paper Sharon described, please? Triangles and arrows, but I was
Oh,
engrossed. Oh, pattern paper like
yeah.
Simplicity and
But
uh,
Buttrick
yeah,
and yeah,
but yeah,
Buttrick was one of them. which is funny now.
I know.
Like the 12-year-old boy in me comes out. Oh. All right. So I got this corner, and then I make sure to overlap it. I don't mind wrinkles. This one had a wrinkle. I don't care because it's gonna be textured in the end. And it's hard when you've got a narrow area to go wonky. If it was more wide flat, I would put more turns on it, than than what I have here. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the German paper last. That's why I saved it. Look at how old and brittle and beautiful. Oh, look at the color. So I'm going to put this on last so I know where it's at and it's highlighted. So let's put one here. Actually put that edge in. It's such delicate paper. It's just brittle. I love good brittle book paper and discolored. Look at that.
Mm.
Yes. This
It's
one,
funny for how we appreciate it, not for what it is, but
right?
it's like we appreciate it because the fact it's vintage or whatever, and
Brown. It's
it's
discolored.
brown, and it's got a patina, and it's
Yeah.
not because of the words that's down there, it's not
And I
because of
have
the
no
date
idea what it
it was
says.
held in, it's just like, we like it because of that. Yes, thanks, Mo. Please remember to add your like to support Sharon's channel. And it is
Thank
very much
you.
greatly appreciated. And also, if you can come back after the live stream and leave a comment, all you need to say is enjoyed the live stream or thanks, Sharon, or anything like that. That helps too. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a boost in this flipping algorithm that everybody keeps on about. So, yeah.
Which, in all honesty, hate to admit it, I don't do this for an algorithm. I do it because I
I
love
know
you
that.
guys and I wanna inspire you. And that's what makes me happy. So come
And
back
I
and leave
think,
a comment about that, maybe.
yeah, I think, Sharon, that's the absolute right attitude. But, we'd like to get you out there a bit further if we can,
Oh, you're
because
so
there's
sweet.
more people who could benefit from seeing you and seeing how you create.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay. So all I'm doing is choosing places, kind of keeping it upright on these sides. Well, no, I guess I went sideways there. I guess it doesn't really matter. Some of it's going to get covered. Some of it's, it's just going to peek through here and there. And then I need to put some on this side. This is the bottom. The bottom could get covered. This is just a stepping stone. It doesn't need to show, but if it does, that's great. Oh, I think that's 2 pages. So I'm going to let it come out over the crack here. Cover your crack. That's right. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to go ahead and do the whole bottom up over that crack. Okay. Just picking the straightest edge there. You hold still. Okay. I am going to use this because I want to do it this way. Just a little bit. And right here.
Yeah, Diane, there's sometimes no rhyme or reason to the channels that hit it really, really big and those that don't. And it's not about quality. Yeah,
Well, I
there's
know.
no rhyme or reason. So just all I can say is go on, support the people that you enjoy
Yes.
watching, and
That.
if you can give them a thumbs up, if you can leave a comment, if on a live stream you can join them, then great. But yeah, there's just no rhyme or reason to it, really. It's not about quality.
All right. I think we're all glued in. I think I got enough German in there and 2 different sizes of print. This one is a little wrinkly, and that's probably going to be the top. Anyway, that's how I was seeing it. But we're going to add more texture anyway. So this, I probably have another container with these bits in it because I do this all the time. This is one of my favorite ways to cover a substrate that is recycled. And I end up tearing a bunch of cool pieces up and then this happens. I'm going to put the German ones on top though, because I'm probably going to use those on our other background. And I am going to leave this out for that. But they need to go somewhere, not on my desk. How's that? Anywhere but my desk right now. All right. I put the German on top and then I covered it. We're working on it. We're almost there. Okay. You guys know that I work on trays a lot so that I can move in the stages that I'm working. When I do a project like this, I have different stages. Like we put the girl aside and now we're working on the frame first. I use trays when no one's looking, that's my thing, you know. It would be in the way right now and it would be shiny for you guys to see, but I'm going to clean this frame because I see, you know, it's dusty, and normally I like a good rusty thing, or, you know, but this is years of I don't know what. So I'm just going to go ahead and clean the frame. I see dust. If I paint it and add stuff to it, it's going to end up, you know, needing it cleaned first. So it might get a little crackle paste. I think it's beautiful. This is, you know, it was sold like this. It probably is a little more scuffed than it was when it started, but I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I love it as is.
All right. So what can I do now while it's drying? I can move on to some texture. Now, I don't have any texture or crackle paste right now, I don't think. I think what I had left dried up. But what I do have, well, let's see. I have a crackle liquid, but it's not the same. So what I'm going to use is some texture paste, and I'm just going to use it on a card or on a palette knife. I've got this modeling paste or molding paste here. I could also use this kind, which I need to use this stuff up really. But it's very sparkly, so maybe not that one. All right. So let's use some of this. Is this the one I want? I have others. Let me see. I'm thinking. Give me a sec. Yeah, I guess I'm using this one. Okay. This is
Hi, Diane, Messy Palette.
Hey, Diane. Did I see that you went live the other day? Something popped up at the top of my screen and I was doing something. I think I was ordering something. And are you doing lives? And I didn't know? Or just making videos? So I'm going to use this. And then I can decide if this is the time to get a stencil out. But it is really hard to get into an edge like that, even if it didn't have this frame on it, to do that. So all I'm going to do is scrape it. Just scrape on some extra texture. And then I can make lines in it. I can, you know, I want it to do something here. Normally I would go over a stencil.
So Diane goes live every Wednesday and Thursday night. So that will be Australian time. Which for you, I can't work it out.
Yeah, Julie, if it's night there, what time is it here for me? Because you've got it figured out, don't you?
Yeah, well, for Julie just now, it's probably
5 a.m. That's usually her time.
Well, yeah.
She'll get up at 3.
If they're live at no, I'm sorry. So yeah, so Mo is saying it would be 1 a.m. UK time. So take about 8 hours off from that for your time, which would be about 6 p.m.
So it's about the time I'm cooking dinner, is what it is.
Probably.
My husband gets home.
Yeah. So Diane is saying 7 p.m. USA Central. So you're probably about 5 p.m. Are you 2 hours behind Central?
Me? I'm 2 hours behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
I was in the zone.
It's okay. 5 p.m. your time.
All right.
And Julie says morning the day before. I can't work that one out.
Yeah, we always have morning the day before, don't we?
I know.
Okay, the reason I'm doing this, I know it doesn't look like anything, but when you start putting the alcohol ink on it, it does make a difference. It'll start, it behaves differently on the paper with the glue on it than it does on this. So that's where you'll get like the differences. This doesn't have any texture on it. This is just, and I also finished this one off with my favorite Old English. But this one has the texture, and it was a crackle paste. Now, I don't have any crackle paste right now. It dried up on me. All I have is the crackle liquid, which is not the same. It's more for like a flat, like a frame or something. Anyway, you see it's different on the, you can still see some book page through there, but it is different on the surface where the texture is. And that's what we want. That's why this looks different than this, because there's no texture there and it's all inside. So I've had this now I did this for a hop project 3 years ago. And it was one of the first ones. And then I ended up doing something else. So I've had this and I've hoarded it forever because it's gorgeous. And I always audition it in pieces and think, oh, I'm going to use this time. And then I can't do it. It's just not good enough, like for this. This needs something perfect, I think. Like the project it needs is different. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's see. All right, so next I can start on the other board and give this just a few minutes to dry before I get out the alcohol ink, because that'll be our next step. I might want to tape this off though, just a little bit. And we'll start on our board, figure out kind of where she's going, get a layout started at least. I'm looking for the right tape here. Let's use this one. This is micropore tape, which is really fun to work with in art, but I'm hoping it does this job that we need right here as well. I've never used it like this. It might go, hopefully the ink just doesn't go through, and I won't get that close. Come on. It doesn't rip very easily. It never rips straight. I'll just fold that over. I bought this on Amazon, which we are slowly drifting away from, by the way. Amazon is out, just like Walmart. We are finding replacements, and we have our subscription until May 3rd. So I've already moved my prescriptions. I've moved the channels I subscribe to a single, like on my Roku instead. It's the supplements, I think, that are the hardest, because I get most of my supplements from there. If I go into a GNC, I don't know what it's called. It's so expensive. So I'm doing that right there. I could have put Vaseline on this too. Vaseline is a great way to age something. You put it in little places, and what happens is your paint, it works like a resist. Your paint won't stick there. So if I had put Vaseline around these edges, I could have had the same probably result, and I didn't think about it until just now. All right, so I'm setting this to the side. Let's start on our girl. Now I'm going to get my layout started here. Where's she at? She's right here. Going to get a layout started, kind of figure out, I want her to be on an artistic background, and I think I'm going to pull a gel print out here first, and then a lot of it's going to get covered, doesn't matter either way, and I just want that to dry a little bit. But I've got my bin with some gel prints in it just sitting right here in my cart, and I like this one on top, I think, and that was just an accident. I really like this one. And that's a PM Artist Studio stencil too. But I'm thinking those are the colors I like to work with. And they're kind of, that's my style. So why change it, right? Another one I have, let's see. That one's not long enough. I'm sorry, I'm not sorting through this on camera, guys. Let's see. because I'm going to put more on it as well. So it can be something kind of a plain background because I can still use another stencil on it. And I think that works. What do you guys think? Is that good? I might want to use, like we used on our cover. Did you guys see this, by the way? Did you see the finished project or product? With this, it's got a little key hanging on a chain. There's some jewels. This has got a little pokey thing hanging from her very weak piece of, yeah, I love it. And these are just brads holding it in place because I'm probably going to put a tie on this book in the end. And so I'll take those off, put the tie on, but I want to do the front and back first. And then this one, did you guys see this one? Kylie saw this one.
I did.
I stuffed these in here. But this one, Kylie helped me with. This was like a collaboration because we were having a play date. And I really love the way she turned out. And one of these birds might be good on her because I have that one there. But this is just a door for no reason at all. She has a door. I stamped on her dress. This is a textured background. These are very much like the assemblages that I make. So they're assemblage covers, I guess. I guess you could call it that. Oh, maybe I should use these pieces. Let me put those there. So this is the ugly phase where you're just auditioning stuff and trying to decide. I kind of would like a bit of something hanging out over. Look at that. I could cut this out and use the outer bits, but it might fill up the whole frame, and I'm not sure that I want to do that.
Can you see where that is, Sharon? Because it looks
that is the interior of the Lady Chapel. This is all Glastonbury Abbey. Glastonbury Abbey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I think the whole thing is. And I have used these images many times.
Yep. Yeah.
I do, and I have it here. I also have this. I mean, I could use some windows behind. I like that. Some windows behind her. Maybe because this is so colorful, maybe we do want a black and white. Because we're going to be adding other colored bits too. That's cool.
Yeah, so Diane, Messy Palette, says, no, this is the fun stage. And I feel the same. I don't like to call it the ugly stage. I like to call it the development or developmental stage because it's just that process of going through. It's not ugly, it's just in the process of the becoming what it will become. Yeah.
It's not, I guess it's not quite the ugly phase, really. How do we feel about the black and white?
I don't like the ugly phase, yeah.
I think we get there, though. There is a point where
Absolutely.
It is the ugly phase, for me at least. And digging is part of the fun. I think I am a digger. I love to dig. And that is, digging through your stuff is like, ooh, and this piece and this piece. But I that's one of the greatest parts. Really.
Yeah. So Mo says that window pick is a shop still on Glastonbury High Street, and she thinks the tourist information is inside.
Really?
How amazing is that?
That's cool.
I think I said last time I'm going to come to Glastonbury soon. So, Mo, if you're around, I'd love to meet up.
Okay, so let's see. I've got these fell out of a book that my mom brought over, and there's some sort of emergency tickets. And then I've got this that's got the little bits. I'm going to take these birds off the tray here, just these ones, and just, so I can get that out of my way. I guess I'm putting these papers back, huh? Because those will go on first. The birds we know we want. I have this, but it's too big. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to make the body of another one there? I've got the Queen of Hearts, which I love, but I don't think it goes with what we're doing. I can, however, it's from an ugly deck of cards. I can do this and see if I can make it match. Because I do like, it would be nice to have some of it. Okay, this is the Old English. Once again, you guys know it's my secret weapon for all the assemblages. And I need a paper towel because it always has goobers on top. All right. So I'm aging this card, and we'll see if it sticks, if any of it absorbs, because there's like a plasticky finish on the card. But and you can always do a little sanding first, and then it'll really show up. But let's see how much of it kind of soaks in there.
Julie's now got 2 flies flying around.
Oh, well, it's a party now. So I'm thinking it might be kind of fun to like cut a piece or fold it and then have some on the bottom and some on the top, kind of like that. She'll get cut out. And then maybe have some of the windows behind her going across. I could make 2. I could cut it. I'm going to do it and see what it looks like. That was a bad cut, wasn't it? So let's cut her out. I'm going to get better scissors because she's our focal point. We want to make sure that she's right. Sometimes if I know exactly what I'm going to use, if I really can picture it in my mind and I'm not just free flowing it, I can get a project done pretty quick. This one I kind of had a plan. But often I'll sit at my desk or I'll dig through stuff and just start piling stuff on a tray until I have too much, way too much, and I know I'm not going to use it all. And then I go from there. And I just sit and play. And that's always fun.
I think it is a wee bit harder when you're filming it, though.
It is. That's why I've never filmed this process,
it is.
you guys.
And I think, that's why it's good, brave, whatever you want to call it, that you're actually doing it kind of live tonight, because it's definitely harder to do. Because I find myself, sometimes when I've started now not to do, or for a while now, not to do sped up films, just to kind of sit and use. And I find myself going off into this silence because I'm thinking about it and I can't explain it. It's just, So, no, well done for doing it.
Thank you.
Way. Yeah, no.
Okay, so I'm going to cut this piece out too. We're going to be covering part of it, but I really want to share that part of my process. And it is hard because once I turn the camera off, then I go through this whole trying this out and trying that out and figuring out what it's missing. And that can take quite a long time until I find the right piece, So that's why it's so hard to do on camera. Okay, so we've got this. This is a little smaller, and that's okay because it's probably going to get some trim. And then if I have her, and she could even be on the building or behind the building. Oh, I don't hate that. Kind of like the angle. I'm going to age this some more. I think I'm going to sand it because that red is red. I really like this window here. I don't want to lose it. This could also leak off onto the sides, but I kind of want it at an angle if I use it. Okay, now let's look at these pieces because I know we're going to set those there. Get this out of my way. Bury my phone. Okay, so I've got just these little scraps here on my desk. We're going to be covering the whole thing with book page too, so it's cohesive with the sides. But this is just, some stuff as I was cleaning my desk. I started throwing in the box. This I've had forever. Nope. I don't want to cover that much of her. I do have a blue film. This is just, plastic with alcohol in. Some tickets. I do have a red flower. I do like that, but I might end up with something more 3D for that part. Let's see. No stickers. No to stickers. I've got these little scraps from other projects that are nice and textured, but I'm not feeling those. I like the black rose. Okay. Those are options. So it's going to be like a 3D collage almost. Well, it is a 3D collage, basically. And I'll have to find some things to put in front of her in the box. We already have book page represented on the sides, so I'm not going to use that. She's going to end up with something around her head, but I think it's going to be round or... I do like that. Been floating around on my desk for a while. And I do have some of this, which is the canvas that I did. Some cork. I could use some of the leaves, but these are really brittle, so they would need to go behind something. Like if I used a leaf, and then I would have to put some mica or plastic over her so that it doesn't get broken, because these are pretty brittle. I stamped on that one, you guys. See it? These are leaves that I spray painted at Christmas, and I wanted to see what I could do with them. But now the longer they sit, the more brittle they get.
Yeah.
So it's really sad. This looks cool, though. I mean, it's stamped. So I'm not seeing anything else in there. This is just a box of stuff I wanted to kind of use while I can.
I like that dark piece behind her head.
The rose?
Yep.
I kind of like that too.
Helps her stand out.
Yeah, it really does. And it gives her that crown that I always like.
There's a little bit of the rose pink colour that matches in with the background.
This one's good too, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Especially if I use some of that.
Mm-hmm.
And this will get a coat of clear, and then I'll probably go over a lot of it with some Old English. But I want to put some texture on this, and I'll need to glue her down before I do that. And I might, or mask her off, or, cut out another shape like her and put it down. That's an option. So I can pull it back up when I'm done. Okay. Got these round things here. This has been printed off and in a folder for years. And I kind of like the idea of using like one of them. I don't know which one.
Yeah, Mo says the leaf is so cool.
The leaves are cool, but yeah, I'm just worried. If I put mica tile over her face, it's going to be too dark, I think. So with something like this, if I can, I will use a punch. See that? Trim the edge just a little. Use it upside down so I can see. I don't know why I like that when I'm just drawn to it.
Mo says, could she be holding the red flower like a bowl, then the dark one behind her head too?
I think if I had her, she does have her hand up, and I was thinking about having her hold something, but I think it covers too much of her. It's too big.
Yeah.
But I might have something smaller, and I wasn't sure about the hand. I want to cut this off. I'm going to cut this bit off right here. The curve of the building. It's another building behind it. I like that edge.
Yeah, Mo says too big. She agrees.
Yeah. So if I have her hand out, it's going to be bumped right up to that. so her hand can hold something. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure what, but I do like this behind her head, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to use that at an angle. Let's put this back. Oof. Okay, now we're gonna get to some other good stuff here. So this is gonna go somewhere here, and maybe she holds that, or maybe it goes on the side. I'm not sure yet until we get that covered. I got this tray of stuff, and I need to get the bird on her head. Oh no, oh no. So the bird is gonna go on the frame. You know, if I do that, maybe I put it in the corner. This one's a little thicker. I don't like that one. I like this one.
Mm.
It's very floppy though. It's going to need more support. So it'll be one of these. I'm going to put these back. Dominoes. I wanted to put some dominoes in there, and she might have dominoes on the bottom, like a floor, like creating a floor for this building. Instead of a checkerboard floor, she's going to have a domino floor. So we'll be covering what I did basically on the bottom, which really gets me sometimes, but must be done. I don't hate that. Okay, let's see. So we've got more space to work with than that. So it's possible to, no, what do you think? Should she hold this? I kind of like it. That behind her head. She doesn't need to be centered. I don't know if I can have her hand sticking out. I'm trying here.
Hi, April.
April, hello. Welcome. So her hand, right? Try to put that right there. Let's see. Now I've got a tray of crap. We're gonna see. I love to use these pieces and chess pieces. And she may end up with a chess piece on the bottom, like right here, on the shelf part.
Ooh,
I think
like
that would be
that.
cool. So we'll need to paint him. And I could even do two, but this isn't, I'm doing this in an uneven way, so I will use him for balance, basically. These can go on the frame. Some of these, I use these a lot, and they have these grooves. They're wood. They take paint so well, and they always look really cool. So I'm going to leave those out.
Diane says, how dare you call that crap, Sharon?
Well, I have everything from rusty doorknobs to shotgun stuff that we picked up on a walk. It has dirt in it, probably dumping it on my desk. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're imagining that's a castle. This was from the back of something, and it broke off, and it's lacquered. It was something Asian. This was just a support piece. I thought it looked like a castle. Look at that. Now, what if that is next to the horse right here, and we're going to put dominoes on it like a floor.
Is it not a rook rather than a horse?
Oh, whatever. No, it's a horse.
Or is that yeah.
I mean, I don't know I don't play chess, so yeah.
It's a rook. Is it a rook?
Is that what it's called? A rook? A rook?
Oh, no, I'm not sure. I need to check.
So rusty pieces. Let's see. We could end up with stuff on the frame, but right now I'm worried about what's inside. So I'm going to leave those out because I don't know. I need to see it, after we get it going. These are from walks where people were shooting. I've got little ones. I can add more to the base after we get the back in. We need to know what's on the back first. But we're just kind of figuring it out. Now,
No, the horse is a knight. The horse is a knight.
Oh, it's a knight?
Knight, yeah.
If it was something more weird, I might do that with that old piece of hardware. It's got lead paint on it. I've also got these, and I've got tons of these. They're old curtain rings.
Yes, no, it's a knight.
And those are stuff unexpectedly, and they have loads of lead paint on them. I use those all the time, and I love these pieces. I love these pieces, and I usually put them upside down. They're window. They're old window things, and they would go like this. But I put them this way, and I've put pearls right here, like stick out on a frame. I think there's another one in here that's like, I just like dug through my usually organized bits like this and pulled out this piece and that piece and threw it in this bin. So they're all mixed together. This kind of looks like a fence. Look at that. I like that. I'm not worried about the frame yet. I'm just worried about that. I need to get the flat stuff down, and then I can start adding 3D bits. So I'm going to put this stuff over here. I want that. All right. So any other paper I might want to put on there? You know that black and white stripe that I have? Wouldn't that be good on this? I think. Let me look and see, because we have black and white pictures. We're gonna have the dominoes. There's black and white on here. So grab I put all that stuff away. It's right here. I have more of these pieces. Now, I have this money that Bill pulled out of a police car, and it's counterfeit. It was torn up already. I like this. This is an old label. It says Fashion Maker. Look at that. We've got Levine, Slim Maker, and I like Fashion Maker. I don't like the color though. Not the green. Oh, I mean, this would be fun. Maybe Levine, and maybe I'll add some vines to it with something. I do have these little trays over here on my cart that I'm kind of looking in. They just have random bits and they need organized.
So Diane says you robbed a police car.
Oh no, my husband, he builds them. And they also take them out of commission sometimes. They'll take them the cars and have them destruct them, take them apart.
Julie says change the color
of the, well, it's like satin. I don't think I can change the color of the green. I'll leave that out just in case it's a thought. And then let's see what else is in here. He finds all kinds of weird, there's some book spine. He finds all kinds of weird stuff in police cars, in the back, in the crevices and stuff. Oh no, this is velvet. This is from a book. Or from a box. Maybe it was a box. It is red though. Maybe I should, that says play. I'm going to leave that piece out because we do need a little red. It's so brittle. I don't know why I decided this was a bag. Packaging, let's see. I think we might have enough. I need to get something on the frame of it around the outside edge. But that might end up being some sort of trim and some black and white here I've got. And then I think think we've got enough out to get started. What do you think, guys? If we have something like, just kind of laying it out here. Yes, no, yes, no. And then remember, we've got the border to play with. All right. So I kind of have an idea now. These are last. This is a broken fan. And I've used these pieces before, but they are really good if you're doing even bits. They're good on maybe the frame or on the inside. They're just these broken pieces, because they have all this detail. They're really good. Chipped pieces of mica, Belinda says. Let's look at that. I've got that right. I've got some cut out pieces, some machine cut pieces here. And then I also have my other, that would be a last thing. And maybe she gets a face covering. I mean, like just her eyes, or let's see what I got here. I have these really cool pieces like this. I've got, that one's cool. There's these round ones. I love this color. Oh, that color right there, but it's already so thin, I wouldn't dare make it thinner. It's very cloudy. So let's get this put together, and I'm going to leave this out, and we'll see. I'm going to cover this with book page, and then I'm going to put some black and white on it. Let's get that out. Because I think that looks great with it. I'm really enjoying this black and white. I'll have to send you some, Kylie. I've used it in so many projects, though.
I know you bring it out every time.
It's so good. It's been really, it's striking and beautiful, and I love it. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to start gluing this stuff down, leaving the hard bits up here.
So you have around 20 minutes to the 2-hour mark. I know you said it might be a two-parter, so
yes, it's probably a two-parter.
Yeah.
So we'll do this for another 20 minutes. We probably won't go much over this time. Last time we went over, it was really fun, but I was really in the zone. So, you know, it's hard to step away when we're in the zone, and we're here to clear our nervous systems and feel creative and have community with each other. So I think that, you know, you laugh as Sharon pulls random weird crap, because I have some random weird. Oh, you guys, I have tins of random weird crap. I've got 2 of these. Look how thick this is. These stack on top of each other. They're old. They're cookie tins from the UK. And they're full of weird crap. Because, I mean, I could use the, I've got a smaller one of these that could go over her face. It's clear. White, no color. That would be kind of fun. It's hard to figure out how to attach those things, but you know, we'll figure it out if we get there and decide to do that. Okay, I'm gonna put this away. I can't look at the weird crap. It's distracting. All this weird crap is distracting. All right, so I think I'm just gonna concentrate on the ones that I want to show through the black and white. And we're going to do the German pages, these little brittle bits. I really only need to go around the outside edge. I'm going to go all wonky with it too. I'll trim off the edges, looking for bold text, really.
Lots of talk about you having weird crap.
I do love weird crap. It's because I do things like this, and I look at things and I go, oh, man, that's weird. I need that. I need to save that. It's useful because I do make weird art. I mean, assemblage art it's a little out there. It's a little, it's on the creative side, and that's the point, right? I think it is. I think that makes everything better. Anything with I like things to have a sense of humor, and it makes me happy. Things that make me laugh, things that would make you laugh. Art is subjective, and whatever you get out of it, is awesome. And everybody feels differently when they look at art, but I want people to feel happy, joyful. And weird crap makes people happy. Especially if it's weird crap like from your childhood or weird old crap, I like to, when Mom and I go, when we were doing bazaars back when, been a few years now, there would be people there always somewhere in the bazaar that was selling jars full of old crap, like antique from Grandpa's dresser, or stuff like that. And we would always end up buying them all throughout the day and spending all of our money on it, just so we could look through those really cool jars of weird crap. And they all become useful pieces, I even have some from like a little older than me, like Cracker Jack toys, and it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, so Julie says we are missing Eddie today, and we are.
Oh, we
so
are.
Eddie, if you're watching on replay, let
We
us
love
know
you,
you're here.
Eddie.
Yeah, we do love you, Eddie. Let us know you're here and watching.
Okay, so I went around the edges there. I'm going to have to trim it. I'll do that first. Actually, my brush is wet now, so with actual water now because I just dropped it in there. I'm going to, while this is wet, take some of this, just a little piece here, probably enough, and decide, are they horizontal or and I like the vertical, so. And my writing is going to show through here.
And if you're watching and you haven't already, then please do hit the thumbs up. Oh, I love that.
I want this straight. More straight, at least. I love that you can read the words on the between the stripes. I love that. It makes me happy. It also breaks up, if you're using a graphic novel or something, it'll break up whatever it is if you're using English words. So then you can't really read it. So I'm going to do the bottom.
Thank you to those who may be watching but perhaps haven't jumped into chat. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. We appreciate it. And, if you're not in chat but would like to jump in, please do. Just say hello, that's all. You don't need to get involved.
Before we go today,
say hello.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, I used to be really shy at first. When I first started watching, live streams, I was pretty shy. Shy, just because I didn't know anybody. And, I felt like I was crashing their party. But I want everybody to know out there, this is your party too. You're not crashing the party. This is your party. We accept you. You are one of us, and we'd like you to become part of our tribe. Right, Kylie? So I'm just
Absolutely.
kind of breaking this into pieces so I can go across the top because they don't have to be totally even, but I want them to be going in the same direction.
I see what you're doing there.
So when I put that on top of it, the lines will it'll almost look like somebody painted them on because they're all not perfect also. Not like that. I love this tissue paper. I was using it at Christmas and I knew that I would use it afterwards for things like this. So I bought like 3 packs and I wrapped, a lot of the gifts were wrapped in this because we had our very first steampunk Christmas tree. And this seemed appropriate. Look at that. There we go. That's pretty cool. Not cut out, isn't it? I love it. Okay, so this goes somewhere. Oh, you know what? Maybe I just need to put a piece of this on here. Maybe so. So when I cut it, okay. It's going to be at an angle on the bottom, kind of leaking out. I like it when things come out of frames or leak off to the side, or, you know, that makes me happy. It means it don't take me so seriously, basically. So that'll go at an angle, and that stripe will be completely off, and it'll be noticeable. All right, that goes in there. I'm going to trim this out. Oh, it's so wet. So wet. I can't trim it. I'm going to try this because I want to speed it along for you guys. We're running out of time. Okay.
Oh,
so remember, this is the back
Mama Juju Crafting.
What's that?
Bye, Mama Juju Crafting.
Oh, Mama Juju. You know what? We didn't say hello. Hi, Mama Juju, and bye, Mama Juju. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll put some photos of at least our Oracle cards up today on the community page. So you guys watch the community page. I'm not on Facebook anymore, so that's where we go now. For me, at least. You know, I don't expect everybody else to do that, but okay, so I'm going to use a different kind of glue to put this down. And that might be, and I have to decide which, that way. I don't know why I want to use this background. It just seems right. I needed to know where my edges were there. So am I going to go even with it? I'm going to put it at the top. I kind of like it at the top. Or I'm going to have all that black and white at the bottom. Yeah, maybe I should just go even. So I'm not going to use the same kind of glue on this one. This one needs something stronger. Because, you know, that's curling and this is cardstock. So I'm using my favorite matte gel medium. It's the Crafter's Workshop. I'm just going to use this palette knife here. Get my towel. Just going to spread some of this. I need to refill this. And I can take it off the edges, whatever's showing. And the cardstock is not going to show if there's like a lump of it or, you know. So like that. Just make sure it's not crooked with the, I'm not an even person, you know, but I do want to make sure this is not too awfully crooked. The edges. Oh, it's lined up. It's lined up pretty good there. So if I need to go around the edges, just get the palette knife, just rub it across the top. I'm going to do one more awesome thing with this before I add her also. Maybe I do need to add her first. I don't know. Because I want to put some texture paste over a stencil and have another pattern cover some of this up here and there. You can use foam dots for this part too. If you want it to stick out more, it's okay. And as much glue and trim and stuff that I lay over, I don't worry about whether or not it's going to be glued down or, because I may go around with a piece of trim, some velvet, or I do have red velvet. I should use some red velvet this time because it matches that. That would be so cool on the frame or around the edge. Okay, so we've got this, and I want to take a stencil. I'm gonna try a few out here. I think that's too close to that. It needs to be different. Maybe, no, maybe just some. I think that. What do you think? Or nope, that's too close. Just have a few stencils to the side here. I kind of went through and my stencils before we got on here today to kind of have a selection to choose from because I didn't want to take so much time choosing. Ooh, I don't really use the beehive very much. And this is a house or a castle. This is her. Maybe it's symbolic. What do you think? Beehive or crosses? It's up to you guys. Beehive or crosses?
I think the beehive almost goes with whatever is around her head.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
This? Mm-hmm. Okay.
No,
What do
no,
you guys
no.
think?
Look at look at the actual image of her.
Oh,
She's got a
I think
kind
that's
of,
pearls.
yeah.
Yeah, I do. Either one of these would be
Crosses.
great.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. Yeah,
So
Julie's saying beehive.
I think I'm going to use one of these for this. I need to use these. They're getting dry. I have other colors here. Let's see. Do you guys want me to go a little long today? It's really up to you. I won't keep Kylie up, but if we want to get to the alcohol ink on the frame today, we could. If you guys want to go long, because my husband
Tracy's saying beehive. We're all going for the beehive, I think.
beehive. Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that then. I'm trying to decide. I think I have to do that color right there, or this one. I'm looking through my. No, it's that one. I've got copper here, but it's almost gone. Copper. We're doing copper. We got to do the copper, right? It matches, and copper goes with everything. And then I also have the, let's do that. I think it's drying up on me. So put this away, And I'm just going to kind of overlap this where it goes off onto the stripes in a couple places. Maybe here and here and here. Oh no! It is getting so dry. I need to go in all of these and oh no. I've kept them up for 2 years or 3 years almost. That's the spot. Overlapping. Once again, I like things to overlap. This is another thing that will hold that down too. Ooh, that's cool. And then a little bit here. Maybe like that. Don't touch this. What am I doing? It goes on the bottom. Silly girl. Okay, now I have it on my arm. That's great. So a little here. I'm picking 3 spots and I'm trying to balance them in an uneven way. If you guys, you know I'm uneven. So, and then maybe a long piece right up in here, because that house is, or the castle, whatever it is you know, kind of like that number 8 too. Okay. The castle is not going to be down on the bottom, I don't think. I think it goes kind of up a little bit. I don't know why, but I'll probably move back and forth on that idea. So we'll see. Longer. Look at that. That's so nice. And I'm going to, before I put this away, I'm going to spray it with water and cover it up completely because it needs mixed in. It turns into watercolor when you do this. The only reason why you can keep them up like this and keep going, you have to catch it before it dries out, and this was really almost there, but is because it's water soluble. And I've been doing this for years. Every couple months I go in and check them, but I need to use them. We should have a day where I just take some of the tags that I've gel printed and use these on top, because I've done one of those streams before 2 summers ago, I think, when I was downstairs and it was so hot up here. We had such a hot summer. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can trim off those edges yet. Maybe.
Yeah, so Mo says you can see how the beehive has created shape on the top left corner, just like the headpiece on the lady.
Yes. So some of this will probably get scraped off. But if I have that, and I'll put something here so that won't matter. I have that there. She's coming up out of it, and I want this at an angle. Kind of wish she was a bit longer because her hand doesn't quite show all the way. So she's there. This goes over to that edge all the way as much as I can. Like that.
Perfect.
Yeah, like that. And I want her to go a little further over. There we go. And this would go behind her head. And then anything else goes kind of on top, I believe. I would decide now if I want to highlight any of these bits back here. So I really want to trim this. It's just not, it's not dry enough yet. I can trim some of it. Turn it over here and not get my hand in something. Let's see what I can do. I could put it on a, I didn't wipe that stencil down. I could put it on a board, on a cutting board, and trim it with a knife, but I just really, I don't want to dig all that out right now. I would have to move the paper on my desk to get to the cutting mat, and I don't want to do that. Let's see. Was there an answer about staying to do the alcohol ink?
No.
Because that won't take me long.
How do folks feel? Do you want to stay on a bit longer, or do you want that to be a second part?
I think I could probably get that done in a half an hour. It would be finished.
Okay.
But that is up to them. I'm wondering, can I continue this building here if I wanted to? I don't think I need to. I think I kind of want the number 8 right there. And I have, because of that stencil, it's fine. The number 8 was here, and I actually have like some hard ones, some chipboard pieces. And I think I want to put a number 8 on there now. I'm seeing it, you know? So that goes that way. She goes all the way over here. This goes behind her head. So I think I'm going to do a little high and low light on the flowers before I put her down. And that would be, so, but I'll do that later if we are going to do the alcohol ink. Oh, thank you, Mo.
Yeah, so Mo says she loves watching whatever you decide.
Oh, thank you. And Anna makes. Yeah, you can revive them with water. I haven't been able, I didn't let any of them dry out to rock hard, but I have heard that you can't after they are rock hard. Julie, yours are hard? You can stay on a half an hour.
Stay on for another half hour, but that's her maximum.
Okay, we can do that. And then are we covering that? Are we covering this? This may go on the side because I really want to use it. It's velvet. I know what this is from. It was from, you know, the cards, the canasta. They were on a cardboard box. I have a couple of them, and there's a drawer. This was peeling off of it. That's what it was from. It was off of a box, a double set of cards, playing cards. Okay, I'm moving this again from my desk. I should have this in a container. I don't know why I haven't done it yet. I'm doing that now. Watch me. Now it's in here. We won't have to do that again. All right, so I'm going to set her off to the side. This is going to have to dry anyway. We have an idea. And the one thing I will do off camera is I'm just going to go in with a bit of marker after it's all dry here and there and just kind of make some of these pop out. And, you know, like a fine liner. But then we'll wait for the rest to do together. Boy, that's awesome, isn't it? I love her. Not sure about that yet, but oh, I do love it. I think this could go on this side if I put the horse over here. All right, so I'm going to set this away. Just putting it away. We don't know. And those things can get changed. I mean, I often will do that. That's, you know, it's not abnormal to walk away, take a break, come back tomorrow and change my mind because I came up with another better plan, you know. Okay, so we're going to the alcohol ink now. And it's dry enough. Well, some of it's kind of gooey, but most of it's dry enough. So let's get that alcohol ink out. I already have some on my desk here. I planned ahead for this. I just wasn't sure if I was going to be using alcohol ink here or there. You know, I didn't plan ahead for the stand long. That was, you know. Okay, so I want to get a sponge out, or my little tool that I never use is right here. I think. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? You know what I'm talking about. The little tool with the... I don't know where it's at. I have one that I made way back when. It's got some felt on it. Oh, come on, drawer. Go back in. Thank you. So this is just a spool with some felt. This is 4 years old. Something I never use. It's been in a drawer.
So Mo has a question.
Okay. I might have an answer.
She has an alcohol ink question.
Okay.
She used a drop on some wire.
Mm-hmm.
It's still sticky days later.
Oh,
What did she do wrong?
sometimes it's the surface of the wire. I'm just getting some of this on here and there. Sometimes it doesn't work on metal and it will stay sticky. And it's because there's so much anything that has so much alcohol ink on it has a chance of being sticky. There is something you can do though, if it's, I don't know, on a wire, but you can definitely do it on another surface, and that would be cornstarch, or if you have one of these guys right here, or powder of some sort, to take the sticky away. That helps. So let's see. I'm gonna shake this up. I keep these in this tin, and these are colors I use a lot. So I'm gonna put a little gold on here, and I will be using that sponge. So just, and this will bring out all of those textures, which is fun. I'm trying to do it unevenly. Now I want to I'm gonna leave the gold out. I need more of the ginger and the butterscotch. Oh, they're so good. But they look like, rust. So I'm not.
So you're not using isopropyl.
I'm not using anything yet.
Yep.
I'm just getting the color on there first.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with this is if I run into some wet paste, if it's wet still.
Mm-hmm.
But you can put this directly on there in the different places that like all three colors can go on there, and then you go in with a sponge. I mean, see how quickly it comes together though.
Yep.
Now I'm dripping the gold. We're going to have some gold leaf happening here. Oh, I did get some gold leaf out in case we felt like we wanted it.
And Mo says, thanks, she'll try the powder.
Yeah, try the powder.
Just that it didn't work.
And it's probably the surface of the metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just got some kind of coating on it or something.
Yeah, you might put it in like a baby food jar or a little jar of some sort, or container, and let it sit in the alcohol ink. That, and then refresh it with, hand sanitizer. My Texture Junkies secret sauce. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
My special mixture of
good
stuff. Okay, so I'm just kind of pushing that around. I don't want to push too hard because I've got some wet stuff going on there. It's already starting to look like that. Do you see that? It's not crackle paste, but it's paste, and it looks different on the paste than it does on the paper, so it gives another color. Okay, so let me I need.
Tracy, is the weather getting bad? So sorry. She says she's still here.
Honey.
That she cuts out is because of the weather.
I am so sorry that you're going through that again. That is rough. I know. We're so lucky here that we don't have extreme weather. We have flooding here. That's what we get here, just from too much water. But it is hard to live, I know, in like the southern states. It's got to be difficult to worry about your house all the time. I can't imagine. I can't imagine living in like Tornado Alley, where you just don't even want to rebuild a solid house anymore because it keeps getting wiped. It's been wiped away. So you move to a trailer, or you put a trailer up. I mean, it's difficult to lose everything like that. And right now, you can guarantee that FEMA's being messed with. So you can't guarantee you'll get help at this point. And that's tough. And I'm sorry. Okay, so we're starting to come together here. Do you see? It's hard to show the sides. Oh, I have gold dripping out on me here. It's coming out the corner. So we're starting to come together. It's got a little shine here and there. I'm not adding white because white it works like a gesso when it'll cover the book pages. I don't want that. I want to be able to see some of that through there. I'm just looking for a different sort of yellow color I need. Just a sec. Because that's orange and more brown. I'm grabbing a yellow over here that I don't happen to have there. I think this one. I hope this isn't too yellow. It's vivid yellow. Oh, no, it's okay. That's good. It's not very vivid. I was afraid. We don't like extra vivid around here. I'll probably go back in over it anyway, but just filling in and changing, giving variation in color here. I want to add some gold back in. Get some gold veins going on. Like, oh, there's some pretty stuff going on right here with the gold. The gold, it looks like gold leaf. Let's get in the corners. I know you can't see when I turn it like that. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to drip it here and there where I want it to show. All right. Just getting some direction going here. I'm going to go ahead with a little bit of spray because it'll break up the gold a little bit more. Oh, that gold is beautiful. Look at, can you guys see that? Look at that. Oh, it's even better in person. It's hard to get that on camera to show up right. Oh, it's so good. So good. This is the stuff that makes me happy right here. I love playing with alcohol ink. It's just the best. And it dries fast all over my hands. It makes my hands amazing. I'll have like paint and ink around my nails for a week, you know, sometimes. So I'm just typing these up here.
Yep, Julie says it's yummy.
It is. It really is. And it is very much like this, but we're missing one thing. So it is actually there. Look at that. Must have used the same colors, except for that yellow. That yellow is pretty bright. Wow. Look at that. We really did redo that. I am in love right here with this gold and the texture happening there. And the texture is what blocks out the words, the texture paste, but then there's words creeping through. Oh, it's so good. That's so nice. Okay, dries fast. Told you we could get through that pretty quickly, and I'm surprised at how quickly. Look at that. And it only took me, what, 15 minutes, guys? Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to use the last 15 minutes to chat and say thank you so much for being here. I'm going to put some gesso on a few of these pieces that I know will need it before I ink them to match or paint them or whatever I'm going to do to them. But I don't want necessarily plastic. You know, he might get rusted. I might rust that. I've done lots of those before with rust. What? Look at that. Okay, and then he's going to go on one of those. So he has a base. That's the rusty shotgun shell bottom. Or he can go on one of these. And I've done this before. So I'll probably glue him down before I paint him. Okay, so that. It's like a cake. Look, guys, it's perfect. It's graduated. It is hard to get these edges down, but if you fill it with hot glue, it works really well, actually. You fill it and then stick it down. Same with this. I'll fill it with hot glue, stick it down, and it's not just any old hot glue. It's Gorilla Glue hot glue. It's industrial sort of stuff. But I'll want to stick it together before I go to paint him. How's that? Shame to cover the green and gold on the background. Yeah, it is, isn't it? But that's okay. It is a shame to, I have a really hard time covering things. I do sometimes. Yeah. Like I'm not going to want to put gesso on that, but it's going to end up. So I'm going to use black gesso. That's what I use. Anyway, thank you for coming so much. We appreciate you. And if you could hit all the buttons and do the things, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Kylie, for being here and being
My
such a good
pleasure.
friend. And
My
Mo,
pleasure.
thank you for being such a nerd for us. And I love you. So we will close it out at 2:17 today. I hope you guys had fun. And if you watch the replay, let me know that you had fun. That would be awesome. Thank you for being here. Have a great day, guys. Bye. Bye, Tracy. Bye, Julie. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.